Hello, hello, Libra. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up in love and romance for October 2021 for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But actually, guys, I feel like the energy we're in is going to be around for a while. So I feel things in this reading are going to be valid for the next, I want to say 3 months at least, minimum. Maybe going into 6 months for some of you. I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to explain what's happening right now with the planetary returns, the retrograde, the full moon that's coming up. I'm not going to get into trying to explain that stuff because I don't feel that I can do it justice, and I want to leave that to people that are more educated in astrology than I am. But just what I'm feeling in the energy, like what I feel in the air, what I feel in the vibe, I can tell you this energy feels to me like it's going to be around for a while. So we're going to see what's happening for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, October 2021. Alrighty, my dears, let's get right on into it, Libra. So the first card coming up here is the Emperor. Okay, this is coming up at the foundation. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio energy. The Emperor is a very strong energy, okay, a very masculine energy. So some of you could be dealing with an Aries or a Scorpio who's either very masculine or really coming in and trying to take the lead in the situation, or that you might be looking to for structure, like structure, foundation, stability. However, we're going to go a little deeper here. The Emperor is a major arcana card. For me in my readings, when I have major arcana cards come up between two people, especially when it's like one of the first cards out the gate, it tells me there's a strong past life connection between the two of you. This is a significant soulmate, that you guys have had a lot of past lives together before, and that in this particular life, you guys have a contract. You have an agreement that you're going to come into this lifetime for a specific reason. The Emperor can come in a few different ways. Sometimes it can be a father energy, like head of the household, father. Some of you maybe are starting a family, or some of you are having conversations with your partner about what you would expect, or how you want to step into the role of fatherhood. I do feel a more spiritual vibe here, though, Libra. Okay, because the Emperor can also be a father figure who has passed on, or a like ancestors from your father's side that might be coming in and directing a situation. And so I feel, Libra, that some of you are dealing with someone that you have your ancestors or your relatives who have crossed over. They're bringing you guys together. They're bringing you together in this relationship with this person. And it's because there's going to be a lot happening here in terms of structures, foundations, healing. Okay, like real healing work. When we heal, we don't just heal ourselves. We heal our soul family. We heal our ancestors, generations before us, because they're crossed over and they're trying to work out their issues. So any healing we do here on the physical realm helps them process as they're processing what they're processing on the other side. So there's this whole team effort, Libra. A lot of you are coming into breaking out of cycles or patterns of really toxic relationships, or shutting people out and just completely and totally like not letting anybody in. You're breaking out of generational curses. And some of you will actually have matchmakers coming in from the other side and trying to help this happen, trying to help this healing occur. Now, your next card is the Fool. Now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. When the major arcana cards come in back to back, it tells me that there's going to be a lot of big changes in a really short period of time, and there's a lot of karmic shifting happening here. Now, I know some of you hear karmic and you groan, but karmic is not always going to be like a terrible, horrible person who's ripping out your heart and we're learning the hard way. Sometimes it's a chance to do things different. Sometimes it's a chance to pick the high road. And I feel that this is someone that you have this like this building karma instead of destruction karma. Okay, but I do feel there's a lot of karmic changing and shifting happening, big changes in a short period of time. The Fool card is also like taking this leap of faith. And so a lot of you are having to trust. It's like you're having to learn to trust this person, to let them into your life. You might be terrified. They might be coming in with this Emperor energy. And for so long, you've been used to taking care of everything, and you've been wishing, God, I just wish somebody could come in and help, and make important decisions and handle business. And now this person is here. This person stepping up. They want to step up. They want to help you. But then we're like, oh man, this is requiring for me to kind of shift over power to this person here a little bit, right? Like I have to kind of give them the reins here, and that can feel terrifying. That can feel absolutely terrifying. But the Fool card here is, I feel a lot of you are feeling like, I want to do this. I want to open up. I want to let this person in. I want to do things differently in my love life this time around. And I want someone who's going to come in and be my rock. I want somebody that I can depend on. So I think, as scary as it is, a lot of you are taking this leap of faith. Fool card in love readings for me can also be that the person who's come in is completely and totally opposite of you. Complete, like night and day opposites. Like, this is not somebody that people would guess is your partner, because there's so many differences. There could be a really big height difference, a really big age difference. You guys can be from very different cultures, very different styles of how you were brought up, very, very different in appearance, right? You very different in your experiences growing up. However, right, because of this past life connection, you guys feel at home. You guys feel this sense of like there's this kindred spirit energy, and there's this sense and this feeling of like teamwork. The things that you have, like the skills that you have, they don't have, and the skills that they have, you don't have. But when the two of you come together, these opposites are making you guys like this power couple. Like, there's nothing you guys can't take on. There's nothing you guys can't do, because you have so much to offer the situation. You guys are both very capable people in different ways. And when you come together, it's like this powerhouse energy. Okay? So yes, it looks like very much that you guys are different. And people might be like, I don't think that they're going to last. They're very opposite. But sometimes it's those very differences that strengthen a relationship and make it better. And that's what I feel like a lot of you have with this person. Okay? Emperor could even be an older person, right? So some of you maybe are in an age difference relationship right now, and you're like questioning it. You're like, I don't know. But it might actually be the very thing that's going to bring about positive change, or like might be the thing that you needed. Like there was that old song, like from years ago. There was Neo, and he had the song "You're the Best Thing I Never Knew I Needed." Right? Like, that's the feeling, that's the vibe I'm getting. You're like, wow, like I would never have thought this was missing in my love life, but I guess this is what it is. This is it right here. Like, you're stumbling upon it. The next card here, my dears, is the Hermit. Holy cannoli! Should we just stop now? Should we just stop now? You guys are getting major arcana cards back to back, Libra. Oh, my heart goes out to you. I don't feel anything bad is going to happen, but I do feel what this is telling me back to back. You guys are going to be in your feelings, and that can be really uncomfortable, right? Like, I'm talking Scorpio status in your feelings. Deep, deep in your feelings. And so there could be a lot of vulnerability that comes to the surface. There could just be, it's scary, right? Like, because we feel so vulnerable. We like this person. We want this to work. It's terrifying. And that's why I say my heart goes out to you. But I don't feel that this is someone with bad intentions. Opposite. I think this is someone that wants to grow and build with you. I think this is somebody that like you, is coming out of a lot of shifts and changes and breaking out of like generational curses and, like cycles that they saw in their family growing up that they don't want to repeat. Like, this is someone that's doing their work. Libra, I feel like you've been doing your work and you're like, my God, why can't I just find someone who's been doing their work, who's like ready to be serious and not play games and step up? Well, guess what? They're here. They're here, and it's scaring the crap out of you. I don't blame you. It's scary, right? But it's good. It's a good thing. It's a good scary. Now the Hermit, I know people get kind of worried to see this in a love reading because the Hermit can indicate solitude, right? Like being alone and going within and processing our thoughts. And some of you may need to take some of this. Some of you may need to take some downtime and really kind of go within and connect with your higher self as you're going through these changes. But for me, other than the traditional aspect, right? Traditionally speaking, having the Hermit come up in a love reading can mean that you're with a Virgo, right? You're dealing with a Virgo, or that if you have a Virgo placement, it could be that there's a lot of shifting and changing happening in that area of your life in which you're aligning with or meeting a significant soulmate. But for me, more generally speaking, more commonly, when I see the Hermit in a love reading, this is someone who's holding up a mirror to you and you're doing the same thing to them. You guys are shining light on one another and you're helping each other to see where you haven't healed yet. Like what needs attention. Who you are as a person. What you want, what you need. It's like you're getting to know yourself, or you're seeing yourself on a whole new level through this person and through this relationship. You guys are mirrors for one another. You guys are mirrors for one another, okay? Also, when I see the Hermit card for me in my readings, you're at this level in your healing and you're at this level in your journey where you've done a lot of the hard work already. You've gathered the information, right? You've done the work, you've done the processing. But to me, it's like the caterpillar that's going into the cocoon, right? The caterpillar went out, got all the food it needed, it fed its hunger, it's satiated, and now it's tired and it just needs to rest. It just needs to lay down and take a nap, right? And in that effortless process, caterpillar doesn't do anything after that. It just chills. It just chills out, and what happens? The wings start to grow. The caterpillar is not working to grow the wings. The caterpillar is not trying to manifest the wings. It's just very naturally happening. The transformation is happening. So a lot of you Libras, you're coming into the transformation stage of your healing, right? To me, the Hermit always makes me think of that little caterpillar energy. You're going within. You're not really doing anything extra. You're not doing anything out of the ordinary other than just letting yourself be and letting yourself go within. And the transformation happens, and then you can go out into the world, right? And you can see things a lot more clearly. You see things a lot more differently. The butterfly sees things the caterpillar could never even dream of, right? So that's the energy that I feel for you guys with this Hermit. It's like the transformation, the mirror. You guys are showing each other a lot about yourselves. You're getting a glimpse into parts of yourself you didn't even realize were there. A lot of you Libras have been saying for a long time, my God, why can't I just find another me? Like not to like sound like a narcissist or anything. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not obsessed with myself. But why can't I just find another me? You're manifesting that. For me, when I see the Hermit, you're manifesting that. And now it's like you have to look into the mirror, and that can be uncomfortable. That can be scary. Okay, but it's gonna be good. We see that these are major arcana cards coming in back to back, but they're like on the more happier end, or not so much pain, right? Not sometimes we learn through pain, and sometimes we learn through accomplishment and building, And these are more like accomplishment. These are more like building. These are more learning without the pain. So a lot of you are having that karmic shift as well. Your next card here, my dears, is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is carving out the details. This is carving out the details. Some of you could be dealing, or it could be you, the roles could be reversed here. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo, or you could have a Virgo placement that's causing you to really, really, really want everything to be perfect, right? And so because I have the Eight of Pentacles here following the Hermit, and if we look at the Hermit in terms of Virgo energy, and then the Eight of Pentacles, some of you might be really, really taking your time wanting everything to be absolutely perfect. Or you might be dealing with someone that they're holding up that mirror to you, but you're starting to feel like, you know what? You're being a little bit too critical here, buddy. Man, lady, you're being a little too critical here, right? So there might be issues of perfectionism that you're realizing one way or the other, whether you're the perfectionist in the relationship or whether you're dealing with a perfectionist. I feel like there's this awakening that, you know what, like, we can take time, we can make things good, we can always work to improve, but there's no need to go overboard here. There's no need to nitpick, right? We're not firefighters here. We're not, maybe some of you are firefighters, but that would be different outside of your romantic relationship. You get what I'm saying, right? Like your relationship is not something that needs to be that precise or that, you know what I mean? Like we can have wiggle room here. We can have imperfection here. Some of you might be delaying plans for a next level in the relationship because you're deciding that you do want things to be perfect in terms of the next step. So maybe some of you are deciding, you know what, we've been saying that we want to get married, but maybe right now is not the best time. There's a lot of things happening in the world. It's affecting the economy for a lot of people. That thing that shall not be named. And so some of you might say, you know what, let me wait until there's a little bit more normalcy and I can have the wedding that I always dreamed of. So some of you may be postponing a wedding, or maybe some of you are like wanting to buy a house and you're like, you know what, let's wait a little bit longer until we have a little bit more money saved, or we're ready to do the full-on big relocation we keep dreaming about. Like, let's not complicate it and do it like in baby steps. Let's just wait a little bit longer until we're ready, and then when we buy the house, we'll buy the house where we're wanting to relocate to. And so I feel some of you might be delaying some big milestone in your relationship because you are wanting it to be exactly precise or exactly perfect. Okay, so I feel that there's like some of you are taking patience, right? Better to wait and do it the right way. Other ones of you, in terms of like self-perfection or self-criticism, you and your partner are learning to release that, like to not hold on so tightly to that. Your next card here, my dears, is the King of Wands. Okay? Now, King of Wands can be a fire sign person, traditionally. So fire sign could be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And so some of you might be dealing with a masculine fire sign energy. However, King of Wands for me is very passionate and can be a bit of a lover. Okay? That doesn't mean that the relationship can't work out, right? We're not talking about the Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands comes and goes, right? We always joke, you might have heard us readers, we joke about the Knight of Wands and we say, the Knight of Wands is here for a good time. He's not here for a long time. The King of Wands is going to be a more mature version of that, right? King of Wands is emotionally available. King of Wands can hold you and cuddle with you after, and like talk about the future and have an emotional bond. But sometimes the King of Wands could be a bit of a lover in that you all don't do a whole lot in the daylight hours, or your friends and family and their friends and family don't hang out. Some of you maybe are deciding you want that kind of independence in your relationship, right? Some of you might be deciding that, hey, as long as they spend time with me and we have this connection and we have this bond, I don't need to bring everybody that I know into the situation or into the relationship. So some of you might be gravitating more towards a lover. King of Wands could also be the resurgence of that energy in your relationship, finding the passion, finding not just the physical passion, but like the romance element of it. Like I said, the King of Wands, he can come in with affection. He can come in with feeling. He can come in with that bonding and the kissing and the cuddling. It's not just like a wham bam thank you ma'am situation, or thank you sir, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not just that cut and dry, right? So maybe bringing a little bit more romance into things, or being a little bit more adventurous in the relationship, a little bit more adventurous in the bedroom. Now, I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly, but those of you Libras, if you feel that, sometimes I am really hard on my partners, or sometimes I can be a little bit critical, right? But I'm just looking out for them, right? I would want somebody to tell me, if I was in that situation, and that might be the case, Libra. That might very well be the case, but you might be dealing with someone who either is a little bit more sensitive than you realize, or they're just in a place in their life where they don't want to try so hard. And maybe the role is reversed. Libra, for some of you, you're in that energy. Either you're more sensitive than your partner realizes, or you're just like, you know what? You like me or you don't like me. I'm not jumping through hoops, right? The roles can be reversed. But I feel that what needs to be known of the critical partner, whoever the critical person is, if you are involved with someone who dates masculine energy or men, okay, you're going to have competition. You're going to have competition, because the King of Wands for me can sometimes be a temptation in a relationship where there's another man coming in, right? There's like someone coming in who wants to be Sancho, okay? And so what you need to know is that communication is going to be key here. There's not going to be a lot of room for like over criticizing energy. So, and it might not be that this person is going to cheat, but they might choose the other relationship, right? They might choose the other relationship. And so I feel that there's this crossroads here for those of you that are finding that there's issues of criticism coming up, right? Maybe some of you grew up being criticized and you just don't want to be criticized and nitpicked, or you're like, you know what? I'm all for my partner trying to make me better and trying to help me to improve, but I don't want them to come at me like that. Like, this is too much, right? Give me some self-esteem, give me some confidence, give me some praise somewhere, right? So some of you might be breaking away from a critical energy, okay? And maybe that comes from the father work. Maybe some of you had a dad who is that way, and you're processing that through a relationship, or you're catching yourself behaving that way, and that's the way your father behaved, and you're like, okay, here's a chance for me to change this. Here's a chance for me to shift this. I'm going to say something really weird here. Libra, I feel like the person you guys are dealing with is a significant soulmate, and this is not a blood relative. Okay, I want to emphasize that. This is not a blood relative, but I feel in some way your families on a spiritual level have been dealing with each other for lifetimes. Like I feel like there's like the spiritual families are connected, or your families are connected on a spiritual level. And so there might even be some things you guys are clearing out on on like a past life Romeo and Juliet level for some of you, you know, like from like previous lifetimes. But I just feel there's like this whole kind of like, we need to clear this energy. We need to find common ground. We need to find peace. We need to take the high road. We need to build here instead of destroy. And it's not just the two of you. I feel like your ancestors are in this. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't even know that I could articulate what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. But this is a significant relationship. This is a significant chapter for you guys. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Definitely check out your Venus sign if this isn't your Venus sign. Some months those might resonate with you more. If you would like a private reading with me, more than happy to give you a private reading if you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite. I'll have that in the description as well. And those of you who are wanting to donate or send a tip, a lot of you have been asking that too. amethystangelite@gmail.com is the and I'll have that in the description as well. You can just go to PayPal and type in my email address. And those of you, thank you. Those of you who've been wanting to do that, you don't have to, but I've been getting that question a lot lately, so I want to put that out there as well. The videos obviously are free, and if you don't know, every single week, I've been away for a while, and I'll explain why soon enough, but every single week, I will do a weekly forecast where I talk about everything other than love. So be sure to check out the weekly forecasts too. I know a lot of people can't afford a private reading right now, and so that's why I really like to put out as many videos as I can, because at least the videos are free and hopefully they can be helpful. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Thank you for being so loyal and still being here despite my absence for a while. Thank you for being here, Libra. Happy birthday. Take care.